Bethany Flores chose to not even take a rep. She just kind of raised her hand, waved at the crowd, understanding that the juice isn't worth the squeeze for her and where she's at in her recovery from a back injury that she sustained just a little over a year ago, to not be able to quite be prepared to pull this load off the floor.
I believe I'll get my chance again. I think
I
it's
believe
coming,
it too.
but
I really do.
I think I just needed to go through all this year, the last 2.5 years at
Yeah.
this point,
Yeah.
to like work on my character. Like
Yeah.
it was okay, but there was a lot of room for growth with my character. So yeah, I don't think that like God punishes people, but I think to be able to like express fully yourself and like all the gifts He's given you, you have to go through like a lot of trials.
For sure.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like these last 2 years have just been lots of trials.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I know.
Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas usually plays host to athletes looking to get to the highest level of their sport. And for the next 3 days, it will play host to men and women who are at the pinnacle of the fitness world. Welcome to the 2023 Rogue Invitational, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with former affiliate cup champion Adrian Conway. We're going to kick this thing off with the CrossFit competition. And Adrian, there are compelling storylines for both the men and the women's field.
So I always feel like now when my back goes out on me, it's not the end of the world. It's like, yes, there's fears. There's always going to be a fear associated with it. And I think the old Bethany would sabotage herself and be like, I have to work out. I need to lift something heavy. I have to prime my body. And I'm like, that's not going to help me. If anything, that's just going to put me more in a hole if I work out. So I just had to remind myself, I'm like, I've done the training as much as I can leading up to this, and I'm in a better spot than I've ever been. And I have the confidence to get myself out of pain. So yeah, I feel very arthritic though right now. I literally feel like an 80-year-old woman. Like every time I bend over, it just feels like it's gonna like break in half. And I'm like, I mean, I think that's a good thing because it just means that I need blood flow back there, but it's probably not great to compete like that. So, but I'm doing what I can. So we did Texas Heavy last night, and it was a good monostructural run event for me as per usual. Ended up in 6th place. I could just feel like my back was a little stiff, but yeah, we're not in a bad place, but you know, we could always be better. But I feel like even people that are healthy would say that too, so it's whatever. So we have event 2. It's only 2 things that we're doing. It's a fat log muscle up and then heavy back squats. We didn't know these workouts up until like 2 or 3 days ago, so I didn't know what to prepare for. I always know everything's gonna be pretty heavy at Rogue, so I mentally prepared for having to take a knee on some of the things and not be able to do it. And that's exactly what we're gonna do on this workout. We're doing this. Taking a knee.
Bethany Flores, she's in the red shorts, and we'll see if she makes an attempt at this weight. We heard earlier that this might be an event that she just tries to get the minimum work requirement, just gets to the muscle ups and doesn't make an attempt on the back squats. She's talking things over with her judge right now.
Yeah, for people that might not be in the know, Bethany Flores has battled back injuries for the last 2 seasons. She had to completely sit out the previous year of competition due to that setback, and she really wants to be true to herself as an athlete and make sure that she's supporting her performance, not just for the Rogue Invitational, but for the rest of the season and years to come, and put herself in the best situation possible to stay healthy.
I was gonna take my time anyways out there, and I think honestly if I was gonna do the squats, I think singles were the way to go, because the head judge had to go over there and tell the judge, because I told the judge that, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna strip the barbell, and he's like, You're gonna strip the barbell? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna strip the barbell and just squat. I know they don't count, but let's hype up the crowd, dude.
That was good.
What's the plan for the next one?
Hopefully I'll be able to go with this one.
Yeah.
Like, it should be a fun one. It's like 1 out of the 9 that I can actually do. So single arm stuff hasn't been the greatest this year for my back. So it's just, yeah, stabilizing the core, I guess, warming up correctly. But 70 pounds is one of those weights where it's like, it should be okay. It's going to be interesting because it's a different form of a dumbbell, but it should be fine. That workout should be fine.
The weather delay has ended and our coverage can resume. We are set for the third event for the CrossFit athletes here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational from Dell Diamond Stadium in Round Rock, Texas.
I remember at Wadapalooza one year, it got rained out and pushed back, and I remember mentally just like not being strong enough to handle it. So, and that was actually in 2022 when it got rained out, remember? And then I messed up, and I went from $100,000 to $36,000. Never again. So that was I remember laying in the hotel room just being like, I don't really want to go out there anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. So you learn by making those mistakes. But I think like all the mental work I've been doing this past year with like meditation, I think that benefits me for moments like this now. So yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't feel all those feelings too. I'm just able to like turn it quicker. I was happy because like even with skier, like that's been hit or miss all year as far as like my back being able to take intensity with that. So to be able to even just ski at the pace that I skied at, like I couldn't have done that at the games because my back couldn't have handled it. So I'm happy with that more than anything. So we have 3 events today. Today is Saturday. First event is one that I feel like I can push on. It's 10 rounds per time of 4 ring muscle ups, 8 handstand push-ups, 12 power snatches. It's definitely like one of the 9 workouts that I can definitely push. So this is the time to kind of go a little bit as long as everything feels good as I start warming up. The second workout is a dual workout, so it's a sprint. Sprints, even when I'm at my best, aren't always the best. But I'm gonna do my best today with it. It's over a log, under a log, over a log, rope climb, any ascent that you want to, and then 3 sandbags to like a 44-inch basket thing at 150 pounds. 150, I've touched maybe a handful of times this year. So I'll be interested to see how my back feels, and 2, how fast I can go on that, but it might just be like a workout. They're gonna be doing heats of 5 with that, and it's like 90-second cutoff for each heat. So it's a sprint, so we'll see how my body will hold up with that. And then the last workout is a 1-rep max deadlift. The starting weight is 305. I talked to the head judge and I was like, probably not gonna do that. So what would you like me to do? I got an answer this morning. He was like, you just need to go and like touch the bar, basically. I was like, okay, maybe I could do something like, main thing that I started feeling right off the bat was triceps. I was like, uh-oh. I could kind of feel them this morning a little bit before we started, and I was like, why are these sore? And I'm assuming from like the shoulder to overhead, like you have to kind of like press out at the end. So I felt that in like round 4 on the handstand push-ups. So I was like, okay, yep. Grip was actually okay, which surprisingly was awesome. It was a little bit of cardio, I would say, just with like the power snatches. I can count on like one hand how many times I've done barbell snatching, and it was one time last weekend with you. So I was like, we'll see how this goes. Luckily, it was only 65 pounds, but that was a lot, like 60 reps, you know. So I felt those for sure. And we're gonna see if we have instant regrets from going full send on the last set. I was like, I gotta do it under the time cap. Come on, ego's in the way. And I was just like, let's do it. Hopefully I didn't look too spinal out there. I'm not sure what I look like. I mean, I felt my back like stiffen up a little bit afterward, but I mean, I was taking more breaks than I wanted to on that workout. I was just like, shoot, I need to wipe off my hands. Like, I need a break, shoot. Uh-oh. Here comes the fam.
Okay.
Hi!
We're gonna crash your party.
Crash my party! Come on in!
Can we grab a picture with you?
Yeah.
Team
Come with
photo?
us to the bar, hang out.
Yeah, I'll have a shot.
It might help loosen up your back.
Yeah, I'll feel real good for the duel.
Yeah.
Just run through the lawns.
Let's maybe go around the corner.
Yeah, freak them. Everyone's like, and Bethany is passed out. All right.
My name is Rudy Unick. I live in Snook, Texas. Bethany is our granddaughter, which of course we're here supporting her today. We're very, very proud of her.
My name is Lena Unick. I've been married to this wonderful man for 60 years, and we're here to support Bethany today. We're extremely proud of her. We just want her to glorify God and exalt the name of Jesus in everything that she does. Bethany was born with her legs out of socket. She's a miracle to be able to do what she does right now. Her bottom part of her body was almost like a horseshoe. And we got to see her and pray for her and watch her develop before she even got into gymnastics. It's been quite a journey with Bethany and all the grandchildren. But Bethany, as we age, Rudy's 81 and I'll be 79 next week. As we age, in the busyness of her life and her schedule and everything that she does, she hasn't forgotten us. She calls, she'll text, she'll call and talk for an hour and get our perspective on things. I think she feels like we have a little wisdom in life, and it's like she questions, she wants to know answers, how we feel about different things, and it's just the contact. You know, a lot of kids grow up, or grandkids, they don't take time for their grandparents, and she values us, and that means a lot to me personally. So I'm very thankful for that.
One of the things that I thought of, she and Ben asked me if I would baptize them. Both of them had trusted the Lord, and anyway, gave me the opportunity to visit with her about her relationship with Christ. But also, you know, what greater joy do I have other than share the Lord with our grandchildren, and hopefully they'll make wise decisions with the Lord's help.
And Rudy officiated Randy and Bethany's wedding.
Do you guys approve of Randy?
Oh, absolutely. We do, absolutely.
The good thing about Bethany when it comes to like athlete-coach relationship, I think she values like just calmness. So like I'm already like that, but when I'm tired, it's just like, you know, even more of that. So she doesn't need like a pep talk. She doesn't need to get hyped up. Really, from me, what she needs is like, just tell me what to do. Tell me like when to start warming up, what to warm up, like how many of each thing to do, tell me when I need to like start getting ready to corral and when the call time is, like help me get the protein shake afterwards, help me just find some space and where to go. So that's kind of like what it is. There's not a lot of like pep talk going on. So when you're elsewhere, you can't see what's going on. Like you don't know that she's being taken care of. Like the thought, even like the first day I wasn't here, she just had one event. And like, I just kept thinking like, man, is she gonna be okay? Like, does she have everything she needs? It's, I mean, she's done this so many times, she can take care of herself, but I think it does mean something to both of us for me to be able to be here, so.
One husband to another, it is amazing that the very first thing that comes out of Bethany's mouth when she gets done with her events is, "Where's my man?" It's the very definition of oneness that everybody should strive for in marriage. I loved it every time.
From the minute I met her at the games back in 2017, we kind of just started talking and we were very friendly. And then as the years went on, I feel like you end up seeing the same athletes. And I remember just sitting next to her at the games briefings and just reaching out randomly on Instagram, messaging like, how are you? How are you? And then when we actually got to live together and train together, we were constantly doing all of our training. Like, okay, session 1, when do you want to do it? Okay, let's meet at this time. And okay, let's just sit and chill and have lunch and talk about life, not just CrossFit. So obviously it's fun when you get to train with somebody, but I feel like you get a closer relationship when you get to talk about things outside, like her dog and her family and everything, and get to learn them on a deeper level and not just who they are as an athlete. And I feel like I developed even a deeper respect for her because of that. At the end of the day, there is going to be an end point to all of our careers, and I feel like you want the spectators, the other athletes, to remember you for the kind of person you are and not just the accolades that you had. And, I think Bethany, too, has realized with her back, she just takes it step by step, and she's an incredible athlete. Even at the West semifinal, she's like, I'm just happy to be here. Then she finishes, 5th place or somewhere really high and qualified for the games. And she's just such a humble person, but an incredible athlete. So it's just fun to see her excel, even though she doesn't put as much pressure on herself now. Just shows the kind of athlete she is and work ethic that she has. And like I said, I'll always remember her for her genuine heart.
There's gonna be some danger, danger, danger. You're only getting braver, braver, braver. Steady on till you scare the fear away. You're only getting braver, you're only getting braver. With each and every stride, you're growing stronger. The dark is taking flight, so don't you falter. You're getting braver. You're getting braver. You're getting braver. You're getting. There's gonna be some danger. You're only getting braver. Steady on till you scare the fear away. You're only getting braver.
Earlier they kind of said like what was, not quite this blunt, but what was the point like of her coming if she knew that she couldn't do some of the heavier things. We know that Rogue is typically got some of the strongman elements, whatever. And I was like, well, 1, reps. Like she's been out for a couple of years now, so like she needs reps, number 1. Number 2, at the end of the day, like she loves to do this. And we've been praying about it all year, you know, whatever happens, whatever the event is, whatever the weight is, whatever, like, I just want peace over the whole thing and just do what I can. And she said that yesterday too. She's like, I feel just super at peace about it all. Like, I'm controlling what I can and there are some things I can't control and like, I just have to adapt as best I can, but I feel peace about it all and knowing that I'm executing what I need to execute and then there are other variables and I just have to work around them and be okay with the fact that I have to work around things. So, to your point, yeah, like, I think the kind of sunny disposition like still exists. I think obviously the competitor in her, she says this at the games too, but the competitor in her wants to be able to place a little bit higher on events that she knows she should or like whatever. But at the end of the day, it's about reps and more experience and just feeling good competing again and trusting her body to compete well. There's no expectation other than for you to make sure that you're doing what you can do best, you know?
3 events remain before we crown 2 more champions here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational. It is Sunday at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas, and we are set for Event 7. It is Hulk Hands presented by Mayhem Athlete. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with former Affiliate Cup champ Adrian Conway, and Kiki Dixon is down on the field. And Adrian, tight race on top of the overall standings for the women, and it is delivering as promised.
It is delivering as promised. Listen, we've been battling the weather, but these women have been battling each other event by event. Go ahead.
5. Bethany Flores is going to be the first woman onto those fat belts. 50 pounds on each one. She has to do 20 shoulder to overhead. About 23 kilos.
This is the first look at this. This looks really cool. Bethany gets an opportunity to go between her legs. So I'm sure athletes have an opportunity to choose whether they want to go inside their feet or outside their feet. Most athletes, it looks like, are going to opt to go inside their feet so that they can hinge, tap them to the grass, extend in the form of a clean, and then press overhead.
Rain starting to come down a little bit here at Dell Diamond.
So like I've done the 53-pound kettlebells like a handful of times this year, and so it's just like the sandbags yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like I can lift it, but like, am I going to be able to lift it fast and like with a lot of capacity?
Yeah.
No.
Did you have like certain sets that you were like planning on hitting before you went out there? Or?
Not really. I mean, so Randy's gone.
Right.
Newsflash.
Yeah.
And so I warmed up myself.
Yeah.
And that always goes really well when I warm up myself in the competition. I think I touched the kettlebells like 3 or 4 times back there for like 3 reps at a time, and I was like, this is heavy.
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't going to be more than like 5 at a time.
Right.
I was surprised that I even got 5, honestly, because at the games it was like 4s, I think, that we were doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a capacity thing. Like it's a metabolic thing too. Like
For sure.
if you don't touch them, like you don't have the cardio for it, and that's just kind of how it felt too. Like it was heavy.
Right.
My overhead position is like completely weird right now.
Yeah.
And then the cardio part of it too, of like being able to just go straight back to them. I don't have that right now.
Right.
So I think yesterday was hard for me just because like I wanted to do better on the dual.
Yeah.
But like when I touch the 150, even during practice, like in training, it just feels, it's heavy. It's just a heavy weight for me right now. And so like in the warm up area, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to move this fast.
Yeah.
And so when I got out there, I was like, I can't just, like a lot of girls were just like picking it up, but I couldn't. So I had to like turn it over and then pick it up just because like, I don't know, just can't do it right now. There's not really much that I can change as far as like going back to the drawing board right now, just because like it's not necessarily in my control. It's just what my back can do.
Yeah.
So I hope that I can get back into training and just like, for me, I think I just need a lot of just basics
Yeah, totally.
and like linear training.
Yeah.
Super easy linear training because I feel like I can make the most gains out of that. Keeping it simple is the best way to go. Like you're going to gain more from that than just sporadic training. I mean, when you go out there, you just kind of like go with the flow kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just wasn't expecting to fall on my back, so.
Of all the places to fall.
I know. It was like from a 36-inch box,
Yeah.
it'll just fall on your back straight from the top. I think it's just the shoes, honestly. And I was talking to Randy, I was texting him back and forth, and I was like, hey, do you think I should switch shoes? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I knew that was a workout I could kind of capitalize on.
Yeah.
But then when they changed it, it was kind of like, well, handstand walks are good for me, but they're not like amazing. So I went off to the side on the first one. I was like, where am I going?
You're trying to avoid somewhere?
No, I just didn't know where I was at because there's no lines on the ground. And the guy was like, next time you do that, it's a no rep. I was like, dude, you didn't tell me anything. I just walked and I stopped and then I was like off the side.
It's like open water swimming.
Yeah. I would love to just like finish up the weekend and just like complete a workout again.
Right.
Or at least like move the entire time and not just have to just stand there. So I hope it's not like something heavy. I hope it's something doable, but it's called the cleanup, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing cleans. It's probably going to be a clean ladder, which actually they might change because it would be too dangerous to do, so it might be to my advantage. But yeah, I just want to be able to do the workout.
Yeah.
and just finish something. Because, like I said, yesterday it was just like kind of sucky, just like standing there all day. We're not going full throttle on any workouts, but just the ability to like do the workout would be great at this point. Like, it doesn't take away from the progress I'm making in the gym. Like, I've made a lot of progress in the gym, and I told myself going into this competition, like, whatever happens on the floor, whatever placement you get, like, it doesn't take away from placement or progress. And then, yeah, I think just having support reminds me, it's like, oh, yeah, like, people still care,
Yeah,
you know?
and they're still happy to watch you do your thing, like, regardless, you know?
Yeah,
We are.
they love it when I fall on my back.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The workouts, the events, all the stuff has changed dramatically because of the rain, because of safety issues, all that stuff.
So we were standing there, I was standing there in cowboy boots and some shorts. And then all of a sudden it was like an ice storm just like blew at us. And then the temperatures went from like 70, 80 degrees of humidity to like no humidity and just ice.
I think Bethany handles being uncomfortable really well. I mean, I think she's developed a great systems for handling and regulating pain because of her back injury. And so she deals with being uncomfortable, obviously because of the nature of the sport, but also I think she has protocols in place when things either go sideways because of her back. And I'm sure she applies that when she's out there. It starts raining and it gets really cold. She's just like, all right, well, we're already in this headspace, so whatever. It's par for the course at this point. They're used to the chaos. That's part of why they're at where they're at. And if you cannot handle last minute changes like that, you probably aren't going to be able to compete at a competition like this. Yeah. So. I think that your faith, like, will help you so much in moments like this.
Yeah.
And this year, like, it's all, that's what faith is. It's trusting. We don't know what's on the other side, but I'm going to keep following you and just keep going the direction you keep pushing me, you know?
I mean, I've had a lot of peace this whole weekend, so, like, I'm really grateful for that. Like, every time I was on the floor, when I could or couldn't do things, I just felt a lot of peace, so that was helpful. But I think it's just because it's over. It just, things just come out.
Of course, yeah. I mean, what do you do?
Over.
Every time you guys compete too, I'm like, it is physically demanding. It's like, there's the physical part of it too, but you have to pour yourself emotionally into it. And at the end, it's like just the cap gets like pulled off and everything gets poured out. So
I have a great community around me.
You really do. Yeah.
So I'm grateful for y'all.
Great family.
Yeah, I have a good family.
Randy's pretty cool, I guess.
It's okay. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the number one reason why I was able to even do this season. So, like, he kept me intact, like, all season long. And even last year, too, when I wanted to quit completely and just be done with it because I was in so much pain, like, just like, you can quit if you want, but it's like you owe it to yourself to, like, not quit when it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you're gonna look back at this weekend fondly, you know?
Yeah.
And just be like, dude, it was tough. Like, I literally basically did like 5 events of just picking things up off the ground, you know? Like, and I did it, you know, and I did it with a smile on my face and lots of poise and like picked other people up and put some, you know, I think this event was made better by you being here, honestly.
Thank you.
We love you, dude. Yeah, of course. Father, we know that what lies ahead is something that only you know. First of all, we just want to thank you. We want to thank you for this opportunity. The fact that we're here competing in this competition, allowing Bethany to get to this point is nothing short of a miracle. We recognize everything that you've done leading up to this point to lead her here. Allow the things that you put inside her to help others, lift others up. We just want to do your will, Lord. Just to be part of the story that you're trying to tell using Bethany has been nothing short of a blessing. So
Thank you so much for the gifts you've given her. Thank you for these experiences. We'll never forget them. And yeah, please just guide us as we do that. Amen.
Thank you.
Of course, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're getting braver. You're getting.
Laid on my back for.
I was like, what is that?
Sorry, I was looking this way. I apologize. I was just like, yeah. So a little girl.
Steady on till you scare the fear away. You're only getting braver.